Hi everyone, welcome back to Faewood Mead, or welcome to Faewood Mead. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Pawpaws, another very sort of eastern United States foraged fruit, kind of like mulberries, how mulberries are more native around here. We also have pawpaws up in this area. I think it might only be kind of up in the north mid-eastern type of area. I could be incorrect, but pawpaws are very interesting fruits. They're one of the only native like fruiting trees to the US, and they kind of taste like a blend between a banana and a mango. They married each other and had babies. That's what it tastes like. So if you want to see what I did, just keep on watching, and at the end of that, I have a very special guest for you all who has joined me for the tasting section, which is pretty dope. So keep on watching. Unless you're lucky enough to have a pawpaw tree, you've got to go out and find one. Shake that baby until you've got about 4 pounds of fruit, if not more. I collected 4 pounds and 11 ounces to add to primary. Now, I did not freeze this fruit. I just took it home, skinned it, and de-seeded it. I added just under a teaspoon's worth of pectic enzyme to help break down that fruit. And then about an hour later, I added just over 1.5 pounds worth of Bubba's wildflower honey, and I allowed all these things to macerate overnight. The next morning, I started my ferment, and my yeast of choice today is D254, and then I added 1.25 grams of Goferm. Technically, you should warm up the Goferm first and then add your yeast. So I added about enough water to fill it up for a gallon's worth of must. And that brought the gravity to 1.050. Not very high, I kept it low here. This would be my second nutrient addition. So I like to follow Tosna, and here I added 0.6 grams of Fermaid O. I went ahead and racked. This did not go all the way down to exactly 1. After some time, it did drop to 1.008. And this is where most likely pH issues come into play. So from here, I had stabilized with potassium sorbate metabisulfite before adding some wine tannin. A little piece that for some reason I hadn't filmed was an addition of 0.3 grams of blanc soft tannin and 7.4 ounces of honey. After that, my gravity was 1.024. However, the flavor was very sharp and acidic, and so later I'd added 1/8 teaspoon wine tannin as well as 4.7 ounces of wildflower honey, bringing the gravity back up to 1.034, which you see here. I use a very sophisticated technique here to stir up the honey at the bottom, aka my bottling wand. and then I bottled. And here we are. I have a very special guest, Mr. Garrett with Man-Made Mead.
Woo, woo, woo.
He's here with me today. Of course. Thanks for joining in this pawpaw adventure.
I heard this is the next new thing. Everyone's going to be throwing pawpaw into all of their mead. 2024 is the year.
We'll see about that.
What can you tell me about this thing?
I think I used like 4 pounds of pawpaws. I used just like, I'm pretty sure it was Dutch Gold. It would help if I had my notes in front of me, but of course I don't. And it's a pretty low ABV. It might be like 10% or something like that. It's pretty low.
Oh, man, that's a high ABV for some people.
Oh God, okay.
You seem nervous about this one.
I'm scared. I don't know. Something might have gone wrong. It's weird. It's a weird thing. If you've never had a pawpaw, they kind of taste like if a banana and a mango were put together. They have kind of a weird texture when they get ripe. They get kind of grainy, which is a little odd.
Yeah.
But the flavor of them is pretty interesting.
Okay.
And I can see why people would want to make something with them.
I mean, you've beautifully cleared it. It looks very good.
It is very clear.
You can see my sign through it. That's how clear that is. We could read a book through this thing.
When you smell it, it's something.
It does. It has an interesting tropical-y thing. What was the honey you said? It was Dutch Gold, but what kind?
Just like clover. Yeah, I wanted to try to pull forth the most pawpaw, but I only fermented on it. I didn't add any in secondary or anything like that.
Are they acidic fruits?
I don't know.
I asked that because I feel like I get a little acid on the nose even.
Yeah.
And it might just be that the blend of tropical, banana-y kind of side, but you do get some of those aromas. It's interesting. I'm
ready?
if you are.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Whoa. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay,
Like-
that's settled a lot since I
Okay.
bottled it.
So I guess what was it like before then?
Sharp. Like very sharp.
And that's what I was kind of perceiving on the nose, is it was going to have a sharper tone there. But it does
Yeah.
have a lot of mango-y, pineapple-y side.
Yeah.
And what banana side to me is more peel. It doesn't taste like the rich note that you get from a banana, like that
Right.
sweet richness. It's like the banana peely, greeny, unripe.
Yeah, I like that description.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's good. I do like it's very well. I feel like you said, blended. Those characters do feel like they've kind of mellowed down. I could see where it could have been sharp.
It was very sharp. It was super funky. I was like, this is the worst. You know, sometimes when you bottle a mead and it's like, dang, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And then later you try it and it's almost like not as good as it was when you bottled it sometimes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the polar opposite of that. This was awful. When I was like, is this gonna need to get dumped?
I have a similar one in that jackfruit. I did a whole jackfruit mead.
Oh gosh.
Pretty odd flavored. And I'm like, maybe it'll turn around and it'll be something like this. The flavors are really interesting. With it being like tropical-y, I was trying to think how I can build out the body. It does feel body-wise not very full, which is just something I would want a little more of. But you don't, like, I don't want this oaked. I would not want this with like a American oak or something like that. I feel like it would not pair well. So
Maybe if it was made with like banana water, because I think putting banana, pairing that with this, or like kind of the complementary flavors,
yeah.
that might help. I don't know. I feel like banana has mouthfeel to it, and maybe
Yeah.
a little bit more tannic structure.
Or even just straight up wine tannin. Just throw in
Yeah.
a little bit of wine tannin in there. But it does, that's the only thing that's lacking here in my opinion. The sweetness level's good. You're contrasting the sharp note that you get from a little bit of the acid, and then those the mango, banana, tropical flavors in there. It's just the body's a little thin, but that's an easy fix. That's not something that's like rudimentarily wrong with it. It's pretty good. I mean, from everything you described and right before, you made me nervous because you're like, I just don't know if it's going to be good. Should I even be tasting this? And so then I was like, uh-oh. Like, what's she putting here? But this is not bad. This is good.
It's not bad at all now. I'm shocked because, on the nose, you can still like pull that sharpness. So I thought that we were also going to taste that.
Yeah.
But then on the palate, it's so much smoother than the aroma.
This will be interesting to see even a little bit older. How old is this, approximately?
I think it might be like 2 months, maybe.
Oh, that's pretty good for 2 months. I mean, 2 months with a 10%er that had, some sharp notes. That's on the decline for all those flavors. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Nice
working
job.
out, as it turns out.
Maybe, I'm just saying, maybe pawpaw's the best thing, the new thing. Everybody's going to start doing it.
Maybe. You gotta go wild harvest some.
Yeah, I was going to say, go foraging.
Pawpaws.
If you find one of those mead competitions with the forage category, you could throw your PawPaw Mead into that.
That's true.
into that category.
Well, hey, it wasn't as big a disaster as I thought it was gonna be. So that makes me happy.
And it can only get better from here, right? Time will help it continue to grow and meld.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. If y'all, for some weird reason, are not following Man-Made Mead, like, you obviously should, because he's amazing. Check out all the links in the description. You will find his channel link, just in case, as well as, I don't know, any other notes that I provide, and links to, like, my Patreon and all that jazzle bedazzle. Yeah, I just appreciate you all. Mwah! Thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you next time.
Cheers!
Bye!